Wow, can you believe it? I am skipping for joy. This is Miracle Weihua Lokahi King, and I am here for the supernatural intelligence of this moment. And I just am in a super appreciative mode for today because on January 26th, today is May 26th, so it's been exactly 4 months since I have been on this massive initiation. Every day that comes to 7, which makes a week, has been like a massive roller coaster ride to get to this moment. But I recently just became the full Miracle 2.2. I felt like a really potent portal opened up a few days ago after I had my final follow-ups for my scans and x-rays in the hospital. And he basically told me that I had regenerated my last fracture. And through all the different trainings and physios and osteos and self-performance, self-nourishment, self-nurturing, moving through the frustration of attempting to walk without crutches, without a walker, without half crutches, without a cane, it has finally come to full fruition. Thank Mother, Father, infinite source consciousness, the divine loving intelligence has descended upon Miracle 2.2. I am absolutely overjoyed in this extraordinary yet super duper simple, humble, ordinary moment to be able to just give you the distillation of supernatural intelligence, because these bodies, these minds, this incredible heart that we all have a little avatar flesh suit. It's temporary. You get to use it or abuse it or love it or enhance it or break it and break through with it and become someone new. Again, in my case. Again and again and again. It's pretty obvious at this point that all things are possible in my life. And I truly believe that for you as well. All possibilities exist when we choose to become unstoppable. It doesn't matter how big you are, how small you are, how young you are, how old you are. If you set the tone with your willpower and the greatest frequency of love and the choices that you have coming from wisdom, you can do anything. And I'm an absolute example of that absolute infinite possibility. You know, it's funny when you're in the midst of death looking at you in the face. Everything goes into slow motion. You're not sure if you're going to actually make it. And in that moment, all the way to the moment where you gain the simple human ability to walk again, to move the body, to skip, to run, to dance, to hike, to climb, to jump, to surf, all the different beautiful things that we do with this body, whether it's simple or extreme. We have a real tendency to forget what is most important. There's been a lot of dark nights to come to this point in time to really accept. I think the biggest thing that I have been moving through recently is, can I accept that I will be imperfect? Can I accept that it is absolutely a miracle that I am back to being a normal human again? And yet, in this transition, there's so many tendons and ligaments and tissues and my Achilles and my muscles, they're all still firing and wiring. They're still coming online. They're still weak. And yet my bones have healed. They have sealed. There is stability that has actualized. It's really about how can we completely, totally self-accept ourselves? How can we discover this place where we no longer choose to self-destruct or self-annihilate or move into self-despair or even move into self-anger, where we can't stop being frustrated and angry at ourselves? I have moved through all these different selves, and I've also achieved and actualized self-nourishment, self-nurturing, self-love, self-care, self-kindness, and yet the journey continues. Every day it feels like it's sometimes a few really pivotal moments. Sometimes it feels like it's dozens. Sometimes it feels like hundreds of moments. And not all the moments are an even keel, emotionally intelligent, super dialed, masterful moment. The quest is can we all accept ourselves first, that we are not perfect, that shit is really hitting the fan for people right now and will continue to do so. There will be a continuous elongation wave of suffering. And I think really what it comes down to is, can you accept all of it? Because if you can accept all of it, then the embodiment of supernatural intelligence is the fundamental human quality and frequency and vibration that is missing in the artificial, technocratic, absolute materialism that is permeating all of our lives in the waking, dream, and dreamless states of being. And now is the time to discover on really fundamental human levels where we belong in a state of total acceptance, and finding the abandoned part of ourselves that even in the midst of a relationship that's no longer serving, or family dynamics, or even a community or tribe of people where you don't feel completely seen or respected, that there is not just hope, but there is a direct offering that's coming forth soon from me and others who are going to be offering a platform for coherent living and to choose to never walk alone. Because at the end of the day, we all have to spend time alone. We come through the portal alone as a little squeaking, fragile baby human self, and we leave this gateway of human life as an older version of that, and we leave alone. But I really feel that this is the time to actualize the core tribe. This is the time to accept, co-create, establish a place to belong, and to simply lessen the abandonment syndrome that is permeating the children of this world, both big and small, and provide a safe and loving and kind atmosphere, both online and offline, for the possibility to really co-actualize and collaborate and co-create and coexist in a really simple, fundamental, coherent way. I am celebrating these 16 weeks, these 4 months, this marker of time to close this part of the chapter, the story of Miracle 2.2, because it's time for me to segue into the great unified offering that I am. Because the greatest gift that you are and that I am is that we are the miracle. I am the miracle because you are the miracle, and we acknowledge that we are both miracles. That is baseline. That is foundation. That is an absolute given. And our humanity and our connection to nature and supernatural divine intelligence is our birthright. And I really sincerely pray that you take this transmission in and that you watch this space and that you really look in your heart and your soul around what it is that you want to leave as a legacy for your lineage, for your family, for your children. And if it's genuine and it's real and it's authentic and you sincerely want to be involved, please, please make an effort to reach out. I look forward to seeing you very soon. Blessings, and I'm celebrating you. Have a beautiful day or an exquisite night.